time for the race-by-race preview for our 9-race card coming up at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We kick things off with a Class 5 race over the trip of 2,200 metres. And let's have a look at the lineup here for this event to kick the program off, with the Palace Pal at the top of the order here for Zach Purton and David Hall. He's only had one win and Zach was aboard for it. Super Hong Kong Chateau Le Pêche is there after some better efforts recently. Kingly Demeanour goes up £5 for the last win. Nice Birdie's a course and distance winner. Fury in gold, Tiger in gold, Golden Fairy and Splendid Star for race number 1. So just a field of 9, Paul, and doesn't look like there's any pace on in this race whatsoever.
No, I think Kingly Demeanour, they changed the tactics and he went straight to the front last time, little away. I think he'll try and do something in this race. Chateau Le Pêche can be handy. Golden Fairy, nice Birdie likes the distance. Super Hong Kong, Palace Pal, and then the Gold Brothers, Fury and Tiger will be towards the back, and Splendid Star as well.
So that is the speed map for the first. Let's have a look at that last win of Kingly Demeanour, and he was up here at the pointy end, as Paul mentioned there before. Chateau Le Pêche was better here. Fury in gold and Splendid Star. He just becoming really bad with his starts, Splendid Star. He made some ground again, and the rider had to shake him up at the back of the field. Yeah,
so maybe 2,200 metres is what he needs, just that longer trip at this stage of his career. But look, horses in form at the moment over this longer trip. I thought Kingly Demeanour won really nicely. Chateau Le Pêche, he was the closest, and then they sort of finished in a bunch behind him. So, look, I think these two will run well once again.
Okay, that is Kingly Demeanour. We can have a look at Chateau Le Pêche again. He's coming through this replay here with Golden Fairy, Splendid Star, Fury in gold, and Kingly Demeanour was actually towards the tail end in this race. He was last, so he was able to well and truly turn it around at his next start, Paul. But we see these races and these horses race together often, and it's actually Joyful Prosperity there who won at the weekend.
Yeah, so look, it looks quite a good form race. Look, Chateau Le Pêche is also one you got to have in your numbers, because in this type of grade he's quite consistent and he's run well once again. Kingly Demeanour, as I was saying, look, I don't mind him because they changed the tactics and he sort of dominated from the front last time, and it really worked for this horse, so maybe that's what he needed.
Okay, a small field for the lid lifter on Wednesday night. Paul, who's the top selection?
Yeah, we'll go with Kingly Demeanour to beat Chateau Le Pêche. We'll do that as the Quinella. Splendid Star over the longer trip. Now, Palace Pal hasn't got a very good course and distance record, but he is getting down to his only winning mark. He won off 38 and he's down to this 40 mark now, so he is in the right grade. 4-3-9-1.
Those are the selections for the first on Wednesday night. It's a Class 5 over 2,200 metres, and the gates open at 20 to 7. Race number 2 of the night is a Class 4 race over 1,650 metres. Here's the lineup for it, and at the top, Escape Route, who was ridden by Andrea Azzini for John Size. Viva Chaleur, Luke Ferraris has had a recent trial leading into this. D-Star, a last start winner, goes up £7. Lucky Touch, Durham Star's not won for well over 12 months now. Super Treasure having his third run. Solar Go-Go blinkers being reapplied. The blinkers are off Super Ben. And further down is Amazing Award. Tradition with Me Choi. Firefoot's done little in 4 starts. And the Azure was a much better third last time out behind Sturdy Ruby. Pace in this one, Paul, Solar Go-Go. I thought there was an opportunity for Viva Chaleur from Barrier 1 to go forward here too.
Yeah, there is. Look, there's no leader. None of these horses have led in their careers at all. So there is going to be something new for one of them. But I thought Viva Chaleur from 1, he can just kick up on the inside of Luke Ferraris aboard. Solar Go-Go wide, he'll come over and join him. Lucky Touch will get himself into a nice position. He'll get his chance. Escape Route's well rated. He should be able to get into a nice position as well. Super Ben and Tradition, if he does go forward, he could be the one trapped wide.
That's the speed map. I thought it was a pretty tough effort from this horse last time out. D-Star, he was sort of back. He looked to improve a little bit down the back straight. He improved again down the side, Paul, and picked up this win over Can't Go Wong, who has been consistent without winning. He's a 3-time course and distance winner.
Yeah, look, he'd been really poor in his 2 starts leading into it, D-Star, and hadn't run on at all. And in this particular race, he got down to a rating where he could win. It was a hard-fought win for him. Look, Can't Go Wong, the horse chasing him, he does that every start. So, look, with D-Star, I'm just happy to watch.
The Azure, he ran third last start. It was certainly a better run from him. He's out of the stable of Frankie Law, Derek Lung, only beaten a length and a half here behind Sturdy Ruby. You've got Tradition in this race, and also Viva Chaleur, who has trialled, and I thought the trial looked okay from Viva Chaleur.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad too. So look, I'll put Viva Chaleur in this one, and the Azure is going to go in as well because I think he's always on the improve. This horse. Another race when they finished in a bit of a bunch, and Sturdy Ruby had taken a while to win that race.
Lucky Touch now, where he's been back to the trials for Jamie Richards. Super Ben in this as well. He's got the blinkers coming off, and he's having his first look at Happy Valley is Super Ben. Lucky Touch looks to have found a winnable race, but he hasn't got his nose in front just yet.
No, not yet. Nice trial, I thought, from this horse. You can see he wasn't pushed around whatsoever. So it was just a nice, easy, quiet trial in behind. So, yeah, I think he has found a winnable race. This could be the right race for him, and Super Ben definitely needs to improve on what we've seen with him.
Yep, he was apprentice ridden there in that trial. It was Lucky Touch with no real leader in the race, Paul. There's probably any amount of permutations that could be thrown up here.
Yeah, definitely. But I think Lucky Touch on the back of that trial and has shown some good races in the past can sort of get his nose in front here. So he's on top. We're going to put Lucky Touch on top to beat the Azure in there for second. He had most improved run from him last time. Viva Chaleur from the front, and Escape Route's really well weighted. Last win was off this rating, and he has won off a 72 rating in the past. He's now rated 57. So 4-12, 2 and 1.
Paul with Lucky Touch in race number 2 to break his maiden status for Jamie Richards and Zach Purton. Race number 3 of the Wednesday night card on a 9-race card. It means we are looking at the first leg of the treble, and it is again a Class 4 over 1650. Massive action coming back to Happy Valley, dropping in grade and off the all-weather. Smart City has been back to the trials. Happy again is a newcomer, a 4-year-old by Magnus with the blinkers on. Happy Daily still well rated. Thunderbolt Taurus B was pretty much eased up in his last race, pulled up, and he's had 3 trials leading into this. Harker Radiance off the all-weather, cheek pieces off, the blinkers on. Lucky Banner off the all-weather, a one-time winner. Super Baby, blinkers off. Darcy Joy's second run with David Eustace on the lash, barrier 2, Sky Blue, and Youth Power, a last start winner, back up in grade. What's going on with the pace here, Paul? There's a few sort of options. Super Baby, Massive Action, Lucky Banner, they all like to go forward here and maybe even on the lash. Yeah, and Sky Blue as well. On the lash can be a little bit iffy from the start, so there's a little bit of a query there for him. Massive Action used to lead on his air. He was a one-dimensional, just led, but he sort of lost that bit of a pace as a 7-year-old now and hasn't been leading. So that's why I thought Super Baby has been. He's got a positive jockey on as well. Super Baby and Luke Ferraris can lead. Lucky Banner always leads on the all-weather, but it's a little bit trickier here. And Sky Blue, he's been going forward in his races. He could be the one that's stuck out in the limb. Let's look at our first replay, and it's Lucky Banner and Harker Radiance off the all-weather. Lucky Banner, 595 days, Paul, since he's won his sole race here in Hong Kong. He tried to pull a margin in the straight, couldn't quite do it. I wonder if they're maybe looking at the shorter straight for him here at Happy Valley, if that might get him home. But I don't think either of these two are overly trustworthy characters. Well, 5-zip for Lucky Banner at Happy Valley. That sort of is a bit of a worry for him. Harker Radiance, I'm going to give him a little chance. I'll put him in because he's never been to Happy Valley under race day conditions before. So at least he's slightly new on the block. He certainly is. A horse that's still very well rated at the moment is the Dennis Ship Trade Happy Daily. And I thought he put up a good performance this day, Paul, from back in the field where he was slightly held up. He's still, as I said, well rated. As one of his wins a couple of seasons ago came off 62. He's off a rating of 51 here. Yeah, exactly. So look, that 62 rating, as you mentioned, puts him in sort of a good position here. He has had a recent win as well. That was 3 starts ago. That was a rating of 46. He is up to 51, but he's more than capable on his day. And as you say, it showed he's still got a little bit of fight left in him with this really good finish in this race. So yeah, I'll give him a chance. Super Baby is one of those horses that does like to lead, but has he got to be one of those horses that sort of has to bully them into submission here, and is that going to be able to happen for him this time round? Yeah, exactly. He needs everything to go his way. Does Super Baby. He's super fit also. He's had plenty of racing already this season. This will be his 4th run.
I've got him in on a minor line because he's drawn nicely in 5, so he will get to the front, but it's just whether he can hang on, and we haven't seen that in the 3 starts to date.
No, we haven't. He whacked away there for a placing behind the top 4 or so there, Paul. I thought another bit of a trappy race, this one, especially with some horses coming off the all-weather, coming to Happy Valley as well, including Harker Radiance for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. So what I've done is I've gone with a well-rated horse here, and that's Happy Daily. I think with that 6 that we saw in that key race, he's back to a little bit of form. Now, one we haven't talked about was Youth Power. Look, he did take him a while to win his race, but he is in form now. He's a last start winner, comes back up with a lightweight with Keith Young aboard, so we'll give him a chance. Super Baby and Harker Radiance coming to Happy Valley for the first time. Maybe this is his course. 4, 12, 8 and 6.
And if you are a treble punter, then you need to know the start time for the first leg of the first early treble at Happy Valley is 7:40 for our third of the night. It's time to have a look at race number 4 for Happy Valley Wednesday night. The first leg of the 6 up. It's a Class 4 1,000-metre dash. Mar Comet beaten again last time as a favourite. He's drawn barrier 4 this time round. Lean Master just tired late last start. Brave of Friends, the So You Think 3-year-old cheek pieces crossover noseband first time. Victory 33 won 2 starts ago. Circus Reel for David Hall. Happy Tango a last start winner goes up 6. Not the Silly One's got the tongue tie on for the first time. Side Happy in that blanket finish last start. Cosmic Spurs, Champion Methods not won for a while. Circuit 7 closed off nicely behind Happy Tango, and Happy Horse eligible for Class 5, 0 from 13 in this grade. Lean Master lead here, Paul?
Yeah, he can lead easily, I think, from barrier 1. I think Ellis will just put the handlebars down with him. Happy Horse likes to go forward, Mark Comet as well. So I think Happy Horse eventually crossed Mark Comet. Victory 33, he led all the way when he won his debut run, but didn't lead the second up. Champion Method will get his chance. Silver Spurs likewise. Not the Silly One, I think he's going to have to go back from a wide drawn. Sight Happy's drawn wide. He's going to have to go back as well.
Let's look at the first of the replays, and here we are with Happy Tango winning this at the day meeting a couple of weeks ago. Paul, Circuit 7 shot up the inside. Sight Happy sort of ran out of room late. Victory 33, and Mark Comet, who was up on the pace. Both these horses finished 8th and 9th respectively after leading, but I thought you could have run this race maybe 6 or 7 times and got a different horse winning. It was that kind of race.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They all finished within sort of a length or 2 lengths of each other as well. So I'm going to give Mark Comet another chance from barrier 4. I think they went quite quick in that race early, didn't they?
Victory 33 now. Of course, he won 2 starts ago. He weakened out of that last race we just saw off the video there, but he beat horses like Happy Tango. Also were there as well was Silver Spurs, Brave of Friends, Happy Horse. I thought it was a decent run here, Paul, from Silver Spurs.
Yeah, I'm going to put Silver Spurs in. I thought it was a good run from him. Look, when he won this race, Victory 33, bossed them from the front. He's not going to get that with Lean Master and a few others in this race. Look, there was a horse finishing off nicely enough there, Brave of Friends. He finished 7th. I don't like him in this race because it's over 1,000 being by So You Think, but I think there's going to be races in him when he gets up to 1650 plus.
Yeah, it was a good run from him at that time around. Speaking of, Paul, as you mentioned before, Lean Master, well, he has led up here this time round. You're going back to last start when beaten by Beauty Destiny only a week ago at Happy Valley here. Just a little bit one-paced late barrier 1. It's going to give him every opportunity, but whether he can hang on or not, that's the thing.
That's the thing. I'm going to put him in on a minor line because I'm not sure if he can actually hang on. But look, he was still in front with 100 to go here, and it just took these 2 horses to run him down late. So, you know, under the circumstances, it wasn't bad. And from barrier 1, he's not going to have to work too hard to get to the front.
And Alice Wong sticks with the Dennership-trained runner, Lean Master. Plenty of chances in this. You're sticking, though, with Mark Comet again?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Mark Comet. I will see if he can sort of sit just in behind the pace and get that breather and finish off strongly. Silver Spurs, as we talked about, was a really good run. Lean Master and Circuit 7, who did finish 2nd in that race that Mark Comet sort of dropped out, and it wasn't a bad run from him. And we see him pop up occasionally at reasonable odds, Circuit 7. And look, he's has run sort of a placing off this rating before, 1-9-2-11.
Those are Paul selections for race number 4 Wednesday night, the first leg of the Wednesday night 6 up, and that gets underway at 8:10. Race 5 is a triple trio time, and it is a Class 4 race over the trip of 1,200 metres with Bowser at the top for Ricky Yu and Derek Long. Sunny Darling, your last start winner, up £7. Happy Soul, a little unlucky last start. Decralot with the tongue tie going on for the first time, and a Happy Valley without a trial on the pass. Master of My Universe on debut for John Size, Zach Purton. He's had numerous trials, rewarding Twinkle there having his second start. First look at Happy Valley. Street Conqueror now with Mark Newton. Kaying Power, Shadow Roll being placed on for the first time, the hood being reapplied. Roaring BB there as well, the cheek pieces are off, the blinkers reapplied. Shinkansen, Smart Leader, a last start winner in Class 5 on the all-weather. Pace here, Paul Sunny Darling was up on the pace last time out, and rewarding Twinkle he eventually got there but had to do a little bit of work to get there at Sha Tin last start.
He did. Look, I think Sunny Darling's going to get an easy lead in this race. He went forward last time, he's drawn nicely in barrier 3. Rewarding Twinkle, as you mentioned, from 9 he might have to work, but I think he's not going to take on Sunny Darling because the rest of the field like to get back. Street Conqueror gets back, I think he'll be a little bit closer. Decrelot was well back on his debut. Shinkansen likes to get back, Smart Leader does as well. Roaring BB, Master of My Universe has been slow away in his trials.
Interview time, and it is Brenton Avdulla who's riding the David Hall trained Roaring BB.
Brenton, Roaring BB is a horse that you're going to ride on Wednesday night, race 5. That was a nice enough return to action last time over a furlong shorter.
Yeah, he handled himself well. You know, he didn't have a lot of room to work with for the majority of the race, but he closed off well, and he seems to come through the run in good order. So looking forward to getting back on him there on Wednesday night.
I know you hadn't trialled him before that run last time, but he trialled well. I guess all the reports were positive, and he certainly ran accordingly. Yeah, look, I was happy with his performance. A little bit more room, he might have gone a little bit closer. So he's up to 1,200 now, which I think will be fine. A little bit of an awkward draw, but probably not the strongest Class 4 that we've got going around. Yeah, no, it doesn't look super deep. You've trialled him since then as well. How did he feel?
Yeah, he felt great. Happy with him. Didn't ask him to do too much. So, like I said, he's come through. He's running good order.
Got gate number 7. Last time out he had 3, so a little bit wider out this time.
Yeah, a little bit wider out, and obviously going from the 1,000 to 12. So we haven't got much of a start there, but. Look, if they can just go quick enough and you can tuck in somewhere and get comfortable, give himself every chance to get on over him late.
There he is, Brenton Avdulla touching on Roaring BB, who's lining up in race number 5. We can have a look at a replay here, Paul, of Sunny Darling winning on the all-weather. He was up on the pace here. Bowser through this race as well. He's drawn nicely in barrier 4. Wasn't the worst of runs from him, but you're keen here on this last start winner. Yeah,
look, I think he's just going to get a sole lead in front, you know, and look, although he's had a couple of runs at Happy Valley, he hasn't done too much there. This was a really strong win, I thought, from this one. If he can dictate from the front, I think he can break his maiden on the turf, this horse. So I don't mind him, just the way the race is going to be run.
OK, that is Sunny Darling, the 5-year-old who got his nose in front well and truly last start. On we go to Shinkansen, horse that sort of settles off the pace, Paul, but can dash home. He's not won for a wee while off a rating of 41, but he's still rated 45 for this. Yeah, look, he gets back and he runs on. That's what he does. That's his MO, and I think he'll do that once again in this race from barrier number 5. So I don't know if he'll actually get the total race run to suit, but he's going nice enough. He'll go in the numbers for me. OK, Shinkansen not too far away from Colonel there last time out. Newcomer here in the race is Master of My Universe out of the John Size stable. He's going to be ridden by Zach Purton. He was 70,000 guineas through the Tatterstall's Craven Breeze Up sale, and by my reckoning he's had at least 9 trials coming into this. Yeah, I've written down 9, so with him, and he's been slow away in most of them as well. He gets back in his runs. He's not the biggest chap. He's only 9.86, so he should be able to get around Happy Valley OK. You've got Zach Purton aboard for his debut run. So, look, he finished off this trial OK. You can see he was asked to, though. I'm happy to watch him here on his debut. Yeah, draw barrier 6 in the centre of the line is Master of My Universe, a 3-year-old by Havana Gold. Selections here, you're keen on a last start winner? Yeah, I'm going to go with a horse who did win on the all-weather last time. We'll see if he can bring that form to Happy Valley. That's Sunny Darling. Shinkansen will be running on, Roaring BB up in trip. And we'll put Bowser in, another one coming off an all-weather campaign, but has won down the straight 1,000, so the turf is no problem for him. 2, 11, 9 and 1. First leg of the triple trio is race number 5, and Paul's on-top selection is number 2, Sunny Darling. The next event at Happy Valley is race number 6, a Class 4 again over the trip of 1,200 metres. And here's the lineup with Sergeant Pepper, who's only ever won over 1,000, 0 from 6 course and distance. Kokshi Musu there as well for Casper Founds, Matthew Chadwick, California Deeply. Been a long time since he's won, but he got close last start. The perfect match, Team Happy, goes up £5 for that last win over California Deeply. Ace Power's been a little bit out of sorts. Circuit Duffy having his second run. Cosmic Spurs, the Pacifiers with the Cowls, and the Tongue Tie go on for the first time, making his debut. Lakeshore Heroes drawn better. Top Time ran well first up. Young Horizon and Supreme Winner's been poor, but has trialled okay since for Angus Chung and Dennis Yip. Team Happy goes forward to here. Paul, what do they do with the Cosmic Spurs, who has been jumping well enough for John Size?
Yeah, I think he'd probably get across Cosmic Spurs, which will put a bit of pace into this race. I can see there is a bit of pace going on. Cosmic Spurs been jumping well and running on really nicely. I've written down 11 trials for him as well, so he's had plenty of trials to get him ready. Sergeant Pepper, Lakeshore Hero will be a lot closer because he's drawn better. Circuit Duffy's had that run under his belt now. The perfect match, back to Supreme Winner, Young Horizon, California Deeply, and Top Time missed. He didn't miss the start. He got back last time and ran on really well. So I think every horse will get their opportunity in this.
First of 5 replays here for this race is Team Happy, and here he is, Paul, holding out California Deeply, who were dashed late. Circuit Duffy, now he meets Team Happy £5 better off, and California Deeply meets him £4 better off. But is he ever going to win another race, California Deeply?
Well, I don't know. He needs luck in his runs because he gets back, runs on. They did finish in a bit of a line here. Team Happy kicked from the front and did win nicely, didn't he? Look, I thought Circuit Duffy, this is his debut run, and I think he would have learned a lot because he got buffered around a bit, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 1, so I'm going to include him.
Yeah, I think he wants a bit further as well in time, the son of Al Rocker. The perfect match was a long way back this day. He's drawn barrier 5, but he did make some ground along the inside. He didn't help him by getting a decent old squeeze up into that first turn.
No, he goes in for me as well, the perfect match, because I really like this run. They stuck to the rail after all those issues he got, but he finished off really nicely. He did win 3 starts ago here at Happy Valley. Barrier number 5 for him. I think Danny Shum's got this horse going well at the moment.
Young Horizon, Lakeshore Hero coming through this replay now. Young Horizon never won in this grade, but it was an okay effort from him. But I think the sole concentration out of this race, Paul, comes with Lakeshore Hero here making his debut.
Yeah, prefer Young Horizon up slightly, 1,400 metres maybe at Sha Tin for him. But look, a really good run from this horse. I think he was really positive in his trials. They went back because of the wide draw here, so he's going to be a lot closer in the run, and you can see him finishing off nicely, so he's definitely one of the main chances.
Top Time, he was pretty good first up at Sha Tin when he made his debut here, the Son of Time test. This was behind Patch of Cosmo. We've seen the horses come out of this again, like the horse up on the pace here, and
Circuit Jolly.
Yeah, Circuit Jolly, Janu Pride there as well, Etalon Or. They've all run well since this, but there was a fair bit to like about this. He was the quickest 400 in this race.
Yeah, and Ka Ying horse came out and actually won on the weekend. I really like this one. I'm going to make him the long shot. I like the way he finished off strongly here, and this is quite a strong form race, as you mentioned. And coming to Happy Valley for the first time, he's £1,032, so I think he'll get round the circuit okay.
Barrier 10?
Yeah, he'll go back like he did there. And as I said, with a bit of pace in this race, he'll be finishing off strongly. So hopefully we get an each way price about him.
Debutant here is Cosmic Spurs. Now, he was trained in Australia by Logan McGill prior to arriving. He had 4 jump outs over there. And as you mentioned, Paul, he's had about 11 trials here, most of them up at Chung Fa.
Yeah, and look, he's £1,152 for this debut run. You can see what I mean. He's got the pace. Now, he's drawn 12, unfortunately for him, for his debut at Happy Valley, and that's what put me off a little bit with him. I think he'll eventually get outside the leader, Team Happy. As such, he'll put pressure on him, and if that's the way the race runs, then it'll suit it for some of these back markers to get into the race. Ben
Thompson riding. He hasn't had a trial at Happy Valley, and he's a son of Rubik out of a Tale of the Catmere. So you're keen on Top Time to maybe make a winning debut at the Valley?
Yeah, that's the thought process with him. He should be running on really strongly, this horse, and hopefully he can get his nose in front of the price. Chris So and Keegan DeMilo teaming up. Lakeshore Hero, I think, will be a lot closer in the run, the perfect match, and we'll give Circuit Duffy another chance as well. I agree with you. I think 14 maybe up to 1650 for him, but I still think he can run well over this 1200. 10, 9, 4, 7 each way for me in this.
And race number 6 on the program is another open-looking affair. It's the first leg of the third double trio on Wednesday night. Race number 7 is Class 4 once again, and it is over 1,200 metres to open the late treble. Triumphant Mora last start winner up £7. Exuberant is a 3-time course and distance winner. Glory Cloud was beaten by Triumphant Mora on the line, and he meets him £4 better off. Oriental Surprise on debut, a son of Mickey Isle. You've got Rising Phoenix, a son of Darcy Brahma for Hayes and Hall, those runners respectively. Robot Knight, a last start winner on the all-weather, and he is going up £10 for that as well. The Prime made ground last start, Loving Vibes having his 4th run. Vigor Elegant hasn't done a great deal. Of Firms consistent without winning. Spicy Smarter last start Class 5 winner, and Fong down at the bottom there for Michael Chang and Angus Chung. Let's have a look at the pace here, Paul, and Affirm. He'll be up at the pointy end. It's just whether he can hang on at the end, which he hasn't been able to do so just yet.
No, I mean, Spicy So Smart might put a bit of pressure on him as well, because he's another one that sort of led in a lower grade. He led in Class 5 last time when he won, but Affirm from Barrier 1, I think, will just go straight to the front. Triumphant Moore, who was the last start winner in this grade, will get his opportunity. Fung might do it a bit tough here. Robot Knight likes to go forward. He might have to find some cover. Glory Cloud will get his opportunity. And as you mentioned, the Prime ran on nicely last start.
Well, let's hear from Zach Purton. He is riding the likely favourite in the race, the last start winner, Triumphant Moore.
Zach, Triumphant Moore, one of your rides on Wednesday night. Pretty good on debut. He seemed to do it well.
He did. He had to fight for a little bit. He wasn't the cleanest from the gate and had to do a little bit of work to get a position, and then didn't really know what he was doing. He was on and off the bit and hanging in, hanging out, and had his head up there at one stage. You know, he just never felt like he was in a rhythm at all, but he still got the job done. So hopefully that bodes well for him going forward.
I mean, it did look evident watching the replay. I mean, you sort of had to grab hold of him, really, didn't you, and sort of make his mind up to some degree.
He just didn't. He had no idea what he was doing. Which is why he had the blinkers on at his first start, because he's been that type of horse right the way through. But he's been at the races now, and hopefully that's woken him up a little bit. And with the extra rise in the rating, he's going to have to find a little bit more.
Just with all that in mind, obviously, the fact that maybe his focus isn't 100% on actually going on and winning the race, but he still managed to do so. Are we of the thinking that there is a nice little bit to come from him still, potentially?
I hope so, because he just feels like he just doesn't know what it's about at the moment. And to get the job done is always a good sign. And, you know, now he's just got to continue to progress from here.
Gate 5, same stall as last time. Sort of options from there?
Depends how he jumps. You know, he wasn't the best to jump last time, and it was a little bit awkward there for a couple of strides, but he was able to get his momentum and find himself in the spot that suited him. But if he's to be slow out and get a squeeze and he gets back, well, it's going to go wrong for him.
The game win from him last time out, and he goes up £7 here. It does Triumphant More for Zach Purton. Moving on and having a look here at Affirm. Paul hasn't got his nose in front just yet. Always runs a decent race, but he is, what is he, a 16-start maiden now who is becoming a little hungry on the old pocket.
He is. He's only had the 3 starts at Happy Valley. He's been placed in one of them. I've got him on a minor line because he normally finds 1 or 2 to beat him, doesn't he? And as you say, he's now a 16-start maiden. But look, he'll find a race. I'm sure about that. But I'm not sure if this is his right race.
Yeah, I wonder if they're thinking the short strength theory again with him there for Ricky Yu and Luke Ferraris off the front, who can rate them well. Robot Knight to have a look at now. I mentioned Paul, he's gone up £10 for this. Where do you think he fits in here, Robot Knight?
Prefer him on the all-weather. I mean, he's coming to Happy Valley for the first time, so maybe you can see these horses transition from the all-weather to Happy Valley, so that's maybe one thing that could happen with that. He's drawn 10 though. That's the the concern, because I think he's just going to have to sort of try and tuck in there somewhere. But look, he's a horse suited by Happy Valley. We've seen a lot of the deep fields race well there.
Yep, that was 21 days ago, winning at the all-weather night meeting there, Robot at night. But you were with Triumphant Moore last time out. You're going again?
Yeah, I'm going to, because he did a lot of things wrong, as you heard from Zach in that interview, and he still managed to win. Look, I think it's just a learning. Hopefully he's a smart horse and he's learnt a few things and he can go on with it. He needs to because he's up in weight. But if he does, I think he can beat Glory Cloud once again, who normally finds one to beat him. He's a 9-start maiden. A firm in there for third. And the Prime did catch the eye, finishing off nicely enough at his last start, or his only start. No, 2 starts now, isn't it? So he improved from start 2 to start 1. 1, 3, 10, 7.
That is a look at race number 7 for Happy Valley. Paul's on-top selection is Triumphant Moore to make it 2 from 2. Here we go with race number 8 and having a look at a good quality Class 3 race over the 1650 metres with Helene Warrior, apprentice-ridden Alice Wong for Danny Schubert. He's dropping £8 on his last start assignment. Apache Pass returning to the turf, but he's got a bad record on the turf. Lavero, you've got Romantic Now, he's got the cheek pieces going on. Talent Ambition was a beaten 1.6 favourite last time out. Perfuse having his second start. First look at Happy Valley. Jumbo Legend, a last start winner, up £5. Fighting Machine was beaten a length and a half by Turin Mascot. Golden Artie's not won in a while. Glorious Journey mugged late last time out. Soleil Fighter's been backed his last couple. And Toy Saltero looking for maybe something a little easier than this. Paul, could Helene Warrior get away on Alice Wong if he fires up here? Well,
look, he's a strong leader, so Alice is going to earn his money. There's no question about it with him. He did set up quite a strong first sectional when he won in similar circumstances when he had the sole lead. He looks the leader. Soleil Fighter can sit him behind. Lavero, he hasn't been racing well recently, but he won't be far away. Fighting Machine, Apache Pass, then back to the other horses who like to get back or have drawn wide. Golden Artie, he's been going forward from his wide draw. He just might be stuck out there.
Well, Vincent Ho's queued up and ready to go to tell us about the last start winner, Jumbo Legend.
Vincent, Jumbo Legend in race 8 for you on Wednesday night at Happy Valley. You and him have got a good thing going, it would seem.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, last run was pretty good. It did amazing, and looking forward to ride him again. He's still fit and well. Yeah, I think in this class he is still is very competitive.
He's drawn gate 2. Is he sort of very reliant on having that strong pace? We've seen him finish that devastating turn of foot. Does he really need a strong pace to aim at always?
It will be great, but I mean, he doesn't jump that slow. If we have a good gate, we can be, a little bit more positive than drawing 12, obviously. So it definitely helped with it.
As I say, he's a horse that you know very well. All of his wins have been for you. What is it about him that you enjoy riding? I mean, obviously he's a horse who can let down quickly. He's trained by Casper Founds, of course, around the valley. So there's a lot of ticks in the right boxes.
Yeah, even in Sha-Tin he performed well. We just haven't really executed it, but he's doing well in Happy Valley, and he just keep running and start rolling early, and he always have a great turn of foot in the straight.
I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I think they might well name that sort of middle section of Happy Valley after this horse, because that seems to be his golden highway, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, well, it's definitely his highway. From where he was middle part of the corner, he still kick very strong in the straight. You just need time to build up.
Great as per normal to hear from Vincent Ho. They're talking about Jumbo Legend, the last start winner. Let's have a look at Soleil Fighter now, Paul, and they've really got stuck in the market with this horse's last couple. Haven't quite been able to get it out on the win line last start behind Daring Pursuit, but it was a good effort here. He's £7 better off with Jumbo Legend from 2 starts ago.
Yeah, so look, I've got him in. I haven't got him on top, but he had every chance here. He was just beaten by a better horse on the day, Soleil Fighter, but you're right, he's taken a bit of money with him the last couple of starts. Only had the 2 runs at Happy Valley, so this will be his 3rd, but wasn't beaten far.
Gee, how lucky was Helene Warren that race to stay on his feet at the top of the straight there in that last assignment, so a complete forget for him. Fighting Machine, Talent's Ambition here, Apache Pass, Toy Soltero, Paul. They sort of stoked Talent's Ambition up a little bit in the early stages, Paul, and there was a strong tempo up front. They went for the first section, 27.85. I just wonder if they were too close with him here.
Could well have been. Look, if Helene Warrior does take off in this race, it's going to suit this one, that's for sure. And that's what I think may happen. So, look, he's going to get his opportunity once again. He was a beaten short price favourite, so you have to put him down in the slightly disappointing case in that respect. But coming here, different surface, different race, I'll give him another chance.
A different rider as well. Bowman jumps aboard for Mark Newham. Selections for race 8, Paul.
Yeah, put him on top, Talent's Ambition. We'll give him another opportunity here. So he's on top, coming to Happy Valley for his debut. Look, I'm going to put Helene Warrior in for second because he is a strong front runner. It's just how well he's rated in front. Sleal Fight has had his chances. A Glorious Journey was just nabbed late last time, so we'll put him in. He had the race all sewn up, but just beaten right on the post here by Jumbo Legend. 5, 1, 11 and 10.
Those are the selections for race number 8. Paul also keen on Talent's Ambition going around in the 8th event at Happy Valley. The last on the card is race number 9, and it's a Class 3 race over 1,200 metres to wrap up the Wednesday night card. Sugar Sugar, a 6-time course and distance winner, goes up £4 for that last win. Young Emperor won at 41-1 at his Hong Kong debut. Eason was better last start. Gustav Sissimo's drawn a gate. Prawns 11 was second to Brave Star, the informed Brave Star last time out. Denfield a last start winner, but the draw in Class 3 are the problem by the looks of things here. Golden Empire, Romantic Sun was good at his debut. Happy United's drawn wide. Sovereign Fund had an abnormal breathing noise last time out. Our Lucky Glory and Sky Forever off a rating of 61. The pace in the last, Paul.
I think Sovereign Fund, look, he led and set up some strong sectionals when he was here in the past. Gusto Sissimo, he's drawn a lot better. He's going to be a lot handier. Romantic Sun, he sat just off the pace and about 4th on his debut run. He'll be right there. He's a possibility to lead as well if they want to. Eason's led in the past, but has been going back in his recent races. Prawns 11, I think, get a lot better run here. Sugar Sugar, he's normally about midfield. Young Emperor, and the other 5, I think, will have to go back. Denfield's drawn 12.
That is the speed map for the last event. Let's hear from David Eustace. He's lining up a last start winner, Young Emperor.
David, you've got some nice horses going to the races at Happy Valley on Wednesday. None more so in race 9 than Young Emperor. You would have been the toast of the racing club, I'm sure, after winning with him on debut.
Yeah, look, it was obviously a great result. As I said on the night, it was a pleasant surprise, and his odds sort of reflected that. But you know, it was pleasing to see him show such a good turn of foot, especially round the valley. And this was the obvious race to go to and keep it simple and keep everything the same, and hopefully performs well again.
I'm sure you're going to tell me that you did fully expect to win, but in all honesty, what did you expect going into it? Because I mean, his Irish form is certainly not bad.
Yeah, look, honestly, I thought he's a nice horse and he would perform well in Hong Kong, but I just felt off his trials that he was still just struggling to adapt. He looked great. He's never had an issue with his action, but to me, he just hadn't worked it all out yet. I still don't think he has, honestly, which is encouraging. And his homework just isn't flash. He's a very relaxed horse at home, and that remains the same. He's not worked hard at home, but again, he's often has to be asked to do it instead of doing it naturally. But now that we've seen what he can do, I certainly don't need to see it in the morning. So he's ticked over well.
I mean, the way he knuckled down, but was quite impressive. He reopposes with Romantic Sun, slightly different proposition as far as the weights are concerned, so that might well bring them together. But would you be confident of perhaps confirming that form?
Well, yeah, I mean, one thing we weren't is fully screwed down, so there's certainly improvement to come. He obviously quickened well, but he also did sort of lug in when he hit the front under pressure, so I think the win had a little bit more merit again. But I respect Romantic Sun and other horses going well in the race, Sugar too, so he needs to step up. Not many do put 2 on end in Hong Kong, and particularly their first 2 starts, so it's going to need a big effort to win.
I guess at the moment you don't mind these trips down to Happy Valley, do you? All of your winners have come there, and it's been a happy hunting ground so far.
Yeah, look, it hasn't necessarily been, the plan. Just ran horses where I think they would suit. They've been racing great at Shartin. We just haven't had a huge amount of luck there as yet. But I was sort of quite pleased the barrier he got. We can ride him the same and let him. I like being able to sort of make a move at the Valley or the rider when they want to, instead of being sort of too dictated. So actually I think the barrier's okay.
Certainly a handy winning performance from Young Emperor. First up, trained of course by David Eustace. On we go to Sugar Paul. He's a last start winner, had a lovely run on the fence. Gustav Sissimo ran fourth in this. Of course, he went close 2 runs ago. You think Gustav Sissimo can maybe get his nose in front here? Yeah, look, I've definitely got him, and he's drawn nicely in barrier 1, so he can get a really nice run a lot closer. And he finished off strongly here. I mean, it was a good win from Sugar, and he did put 2 together last season, so he is capable of doing that. But of the 2, I think Gusto Sissimo with the better draw. OK, another last start winner coming into this is Denfield, but all of his wins have been in Class 4, and he's got a sticky draw here, Paul, of barrier number 12. So I think there's a few things against this week for Denfield. Yeah, there is. He's got his form in the grade is 7 goes for, hasn't had a top 3 placing. He's drawn 12 in a lot stronger field. And as such, I'm going to leave him out. And change the jockey as well. Hugh Bowman sticking with Sugar. Yep, Vincent has won aboard this horse in the past. And the final replay to have a look here is Prawns 11. Now, he's a last start, second placing here, Paul, behind a very much informed Brave Star who's been unbeatable this season. Yeah, and he was never on the track, this horse. He was 3 or 4 wide all the way, so really caught the eye coming wide down here. He was entitled to drop off, but he didn't. This was his debut at Happy Valley as well, so he's going to learn a lot from this. I like him in this race. I think he's a big chance. Yeah, stayed on particularly well there in the Toast Trust's colours. OK, selections in the last pool. Yep, going to go with Prawns 11 on top. I think he can win at a second start of asking at Happy Valley. Gusto Sissimo with a better draw. Romantic Sun, it was a good debut run from him from barrier number 3. He should get his opportunity once again. And Young Emperor wasn't expected to win. He was a big price, but still ran well and did win. So we'll give him another chance. 5, 4, 8 and 2. We'll give him a chance to do it again, I should say. Those are the selections for the last event at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. All part of the 9-race program, the fields, the form guide, everything you need for the card is on the website. That is hkjc.com for a 6:40 start.